100% Chelsea. Barcelona 3, Chelsea 0. Jay, disgrace.
It was absolutely embarrassing. One of the things I said in the review, if you watched was that I said the one thing I really wanted to see from players was them when they had time on the ball, because at this stadium you get so much more time on the ball than you do in the Premier League, was to take that extra second to just have a look around you, analyse what you can actually do with the ball, because that's how these Barca players play so well. Players like Iniesta, when they get the ball, 9 times out of 10 they know what they're going to do with the ball before they even got it. And this is one of the things I really want to see from players. And the only player I saw that from every now and then was Willian, because he was probably our best player. And saying he was our best player even still isn't giving him the credit he deserves for his performance. And the reason why my point I've just made is true is you saw towards the end of the game, Hazard was the only man forward, but he still crossed it into the box to absolutely no one. And that's my point, that he didn't have that extra look up to see that there was no one there. He just assumed there'd be someone there, but there wasn't. And that was one of the reasons why any time we got forward, we could have actually done something good, but we just didn't really actually make that pass count, because we had a lot of attempts, but they just were half chances that we thought, why not, let's have a shot, why not, let's even cross the ball in, instead of actually realising, hold up, is this the right choice to make? Should I actually try to beat this man, or should I actually try to cross it in, or should I try to take the shot myself? And there was, in games like this, you have to make the right decision, and we just didn't make the right decision at all, and you saw that because we didn't even score one. But performance-wise, I can't, as much as a lot of people are saying Willian and Conte did well, I can't say the exact same thing, because
no one on the pitch, they did all right. They did better than, they're the best of a bad bunch. That's one way of looking at it.
That's the way. I think after we got the first goal down, I think between them getting the second goal was our best period of play, where we really should have got the equaliser. And I thought if we got the equaliser before they got that second goal, it would have been a completely different story. But you know, those are all propositions that obviously haven't happened, and we can't really rely on that. Obviously the penalty, I haven't seen it, but again, that's one of those, if it had happened, it would have been a completely different game. But the only thing I want to add to this that I haven't added already is Conte, and that's because I felt like Conte got it wrong from the start, in the fact that we shouldn't have started Moses, and I said that I didn't really want Moses to start. I think even Jack said a really wild suggestion was that potentially Pedro could start right wing back, and I honestly think it probably would have been a better situation, because at half time, after seeing that first half performance, how he was not hooked off is shocking. And I think that shows the position that Conte is in right now, is that he's scared to make these rash decisions, these decisions that could either win you or lose you the game, because he's scared that if it does go wrong, that everyone's going to point the finger at him. But the thing is, now we're still pointing the finger at him, because I feel like he's in a position where his job security is so insecure, he's scared to make those risky decisions that could potentially pay off. And I think one of them was either not starting Moses or taking him off at half time. And then again, the changes, they took way too long. The fact that Barcelona made 3 changes before we made our first shows a lot, because I don't know, I was about to say Luis Enrique, he's not the manager, whoever the manager is.
Ernesto Valverde.
The Barca manager realised that we were starting to come out our strength. He noticed that the players were starting to become shell-shocked. And the fact that he hooked off Busquets, now I think Busquets is an absolutely wonderful player. And I think Busquets was probably one of the main reasons why we didn't score in that first half, because of his defensive mindset. And the fact that he came off, I was screaming, this is the time we need to take our chances. This is the time we need to take our chance. Busquets is the key to that Barca midfield being held together, and we didn't. And that's the difference between a manager who is in a position where he can make decisions because he knows that this potentially pay off, and it does pay off, compared to a manager who is worried that he's going to lose his job if he makes a mistake. And that's, I think, the big difference between the two teams going into this game today. But moving forward, we have to take everything seriously now. Top 4, we have to take it seriously. FA Cup, I'm not too sure.
To be honest, I don't care if we don't get the FA Cup. I just want top 4. That's it now. I'm sounding like Arsenal. I mean, it's top 4. Top 4 to go from champions to top 4. What position? Excuse me. What position does that put Antonio Conte? You're saying he's got such a severe lack of job security. Arba was saying, he could be sacked in the morning.
He could be. I honestly think that him going through the Champions League would have secured him, because if he went through, he would not got sacked, because he would have at least wanted a manager who has stuck with the team throughout the competition. It would have been a very weird choice for us to go through, then in the next round, whoever we get, to have a different manager setting up against a team in Europe. I think if we had gone through, then that would have basically been Conte as at least into the end of the season. Now, I cannot guarantee he's going to be here come May. I honestly can't guarantee he's going to be here last game of the season. But truly, we have to bounce back from this. If we don't bounce back from this, if we don't go into the Leicester game without the real hunger and desire to show us fans that we actually can play well, there's something wrong with this team. There's something really wrong with this team. Because I feel like after that, the thing you'd want to do most is actually prove you can to the world that you actually can play good, and that the players who didn't have good games today, they want to show the manager that they can play well. So if we go into the Leicester game and we have another bad result, then there is something really big and there's something really bad going on at the club that we're not seeing, because it would just be unexplainable. Yeah, that's going to be it for me today.